Hello and Assalamu alaikum. Only 7 days to go for the greatest football tournament in the United Kingdom, the Sonali Othith UK Greater Sylhet Upazila Cup 2021. Yes, only 7 days to go. Today we will be looking at the groups, fixtures, and today I have 4 guests with me. I will introduce my guests with me first of all, Abdul Salam Bhai, and then I have Suluk Ahmad Bhai, ex-councillor of Tower Hamlets. Then I have my friend and colleague also from Tower Hamlets Council, is running councillor Farid Mahfouz Ahmed, is ex-chair of Sonali Othith UK, and also at the current time he is the acting chair of Sonali Othith UK. I also have our executive member Hafiz from Sonali Othith UK Executive Committee. As I said, we will be looking at the groups today. First of all, we will be looking at Group A. Group A is Habiganj, Chatok, Jagannathpur, Dakshin Sunamganj. I'm going to start with the fixtures. The first fixture, can I request the studio to put the fixtures on the screen, please, so the audience can have a good look at it. Okay, thank you. The first match is in Group A is Habiganj versus Chatok. Since it is Habiganj and Chatok, I'm going to start with Farouk. Sure. In regards to Chatok playing Habiganj in the first game, what are your thoughts on that?
It's a tough one to call, to be honest, because due to the pandemic, everything has been in a very mess, which is everyone has gone through this pandemic, and obviously reuniting, it's not going to be something quite easy for anyone. But I still do believe, with the eager of waiting about this tournament, everybody is waiting very eagerly, and I think everyone will come united, and I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic game between these two teams, particularly because I think they're meeting first time in this particular tournament, if I'm correct. So therefore I think both will come good.
Hafiz, in regards to the first fixture, please, Habiganj versus Chatok. Chatok is a one-time champion in 2017. Habiganj has been playing every season except last year. They couldn't come. What are your thoughts? I know there's been a gap because we didn't do the Upazila tournament last year, but this year, do you think it's going to be bigger?
Well, first of all, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, John Albay, for inviting us. Britain's most eagerly waited Bangladeshi football tournament. That itself says it all. So you can imagine the preparation that happens in the background. So like Farouk Bhai said, it's a difficult one. Everyone last year and a half have been preparing. There have been players traveling from all around the country, the buzz, the energy. I think answer to your question will be a difficult one, but I think both of the team will give it their 100%.
But in regards to Chatok being holders one time, do you think they're the favourites of this fixture?
It's a very difficult answer. I'm sure everybody wants to go and win this tournament, but we've played with Chatok, we've had a friendly game. I've looked at a lot of their training sessions. They look ready to go. They're ready to compete.
Yeah. Can I come to Salam Bhai? You're from Sylhet Sodor originally. Today you are here with us, so you belong to us today. In regards to that fixture, Habiganj and Chatok, what are your thoughts? I mean, do you think Chatok is the favourite in this one?
Assalamu alaikum, viewers of Sonali Othith Football Night, and thank you Sonali Othith inviting me as a panelist for this. It's fine. So when you are talking about this first two game, I think almost every competitor in this tournament are very well organized this time.
Absolutely.
If you compare to last couple of years, I mean 2-3 years back, even though last year tournament didn't happen, still everyone is somehow on the pitch or off the pitch. They're thinking, discussing, morally, and they're very well organized. So it comes to the Chatok versus Habiganj. Anybody can say Chatok is a favorite because they are one-time champion, but Habiganj I would say, even though they are is second time playing in this tournament, but like other upajalas, they are also, you know, very well organized. They have a lots of players in their pipeline, and I believe they also have lots of practice in that field. So you can't undermine, you know, any newcomer, or they are playing only last 2 years. You know, regardless of that, I think they will give a, you know, good fight with Chandra.
Yeah, I mean, out of all three of you, Farouk, Hafiz, and yourself, nobody's ready to say who is the favorite of this game. So, look, will you be able to predict one favorite of this game?
First of all, Assalamu alaikum to our viewers. I'm really glad I'm not only sitting as an individual, but I'm also glad to be an executive member of Sonali Othith. And I'd like to say to you, it's really, I don't know, it's fortunate or unfortunate. You started with Satok, that's where you're from. Okay, what did you start with Jagannathpur, where I'm from?
That's picture.
Valid question. Okay, it's probably it is, yeah. Alhamdulillah, it is a great success for Sonali Othith since he started, because I remember a few years back when the proposal came to our table, General Executive Committee meeting. It was, I think it was Jamal or somebody came to the proposal, and we were confused. We had a lot of thinking whether to go ahead, it will be success or not, you know. Some people were saying it might divide, you know, I told this before. Some people were saying that maybe, oh, it's going to be split, like,
So, you know. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
We have to go for a break because of Maghrib.
Yeah.
Because of Maghrib, we're having a very early segment, this one. So we will go for a very quick break. We will come back and continue discussing this group and the other groups too. Stay with us, don't go away. Welcome back to the Sonali Othith Football Night. As we were discussing the first fixture of the Group A, Satok versus Hobbygoing. We were talking with Suluk Bhai. Let me continue with this, please, and can you finish that statement of yours in regards to that fixture?
Yeah, thank you. I was just saying, you were asking the favorite, yeah, but you know, from my opinion, I would definitely say our Jagannathpur, because we've been
of that fixture.
Of that
versus Satok.
versus Satok, I think Satok is my favorite on that issue, yeah. But overall, it's Jagannathpur.
You're the first gentleman to say that out of the, at least you made a clear favorite on this fixture. I'm going to now come to the other fixture, which is Jagannathpur versus Dr. Sunamganj, which is kind of a derby because it's very adjacent to each other. Dr. Sunamganj, Jagannathpur,
yeah, it's just almost together.
So I'm going to start with Hafiz, who is also from Jagannathpur.
Thank you.
What do you think of this fixture?
Again, obviously being a Jagannathpuri, I think we will win that game. And let's make that it's a very strong statement. But we've done a lot of preparation. Our committee members, players have travelled from all around the country. So the preparation has been huge for us. And then again, we always know that in this tournament, it's a difficult call. You know, you could be the favourites, but on the day, your fitness is going to play key for this tournament because of the timing of the football, how long we're going to play. But again, we'd like to go ahead and win this tournament this year.
Inshallah. What about the tournament? I'm talking about the fixture.
Fixture, I think
It's
a game we should win. We should win.
Yeah.
And I'm brave to say that I think we should win.
I'm going to go to someone who is not from Jagannathpur here. I'll start with Salam Bhai. Salam Bhai, এই fixture আপনার view কিতা জগন্নাথপুর বনাম দক্ষিণ সুনামগঞ্জ কিন্তু আমি আপনার বলি দক্ষিণ সুনামগঞ্জ কিন্তু প্রতি বছরই বড় বড় টিম রে হারায় এই সারপ্রাইজটা তারাই করে যদিও তারা ফাইনালে গেছে না অথবা সেমিফাইনালে গেছে না কিন্তু সারপ্রাইজ রেজাল্টগুলো তারা অনেকবার করেছে আপনার ভিউ কি এটা
Well, again, this is a conflicting view. I'm not going to tell specifically anyone, but if you ask my favorite, I would say Jagannathpur. There is lots of reason because their preparation, if you see their players, their committee, and the audiences, commitment, everything. If you put together, I think they are better than anyone else in this whole tournament. Because I've been very closely observing their preparation the last couple of years, and
couple of years, ঠিক আছে. This year they are quite like that.
No. We were quite.
Probably have not been invited in there.
We were kit launching day after tomorrow.
Tuesday.
So Tuesday.
this is, brother said, like, fitness plus, commitment. These are the two keys to, win this tournament. So I saw their players, average age, I think 35 to 38, something. So if I compare, with the age, with the strength, with their, motivation, all things, is very positive for Jagannathpur. But when it comes to Shodor, probably my view will be a little bit of different.
We'll come to Farooq.
He wants to come to the whole team.
Can I come to Farooq
Very
now?
quickly.
Farooq,
Sure.
in this fixture, please. This fixture, Jagannathpur versus Dokkan Sunamganj. I
Well,
want a clear answer.
it's a very clear answer. I'm afraid the favourite is Jagannathpur, without shadow of a doubt.
Thank you for
But
that.
I do understand what you've said. Dokkan Sunamganj, they do battle quite, good with any team basically,
Especially with big teams.
with big teams. But this year, my gut's feeling Jagannathpur in this particular
In
fixture.
this particular
Yes.
fixture, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to come to the group now. Before I go to the groups, the whole group, I need to clarify a few things for everybody to know in regards to the timing of these matches and tournament. The first qualifying round will be 15 minutes each half, straight swap. And then on the quarterfinals, it's again 15 minutes each half. And semi-finals will be 20 minutes each half. And the final also 20 minutes each half. Also, in the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and the finals, if there is a draw, the game will go on to straight penalties, 3 penalties each. Now I'm going to go and move on to the group B. Group B is also very interesting. It has Bishwanath, Dirai, Usmaninagar, Borlekha. And the first game on that group is, can I also say that all 4 teams in the groups will play simultaneously. So two pitches will have 2 matches together. That means everybody plays at the same time, everybody has the same rest time. So there's no arguments or quarreling on how we didn't have enough rest or breaks and they had any advantage. So this is a very fair system this year. So nobody would have any complaints in regards to rest time and timing of the games. Now the first fixture is on the first is Bishwanath versus Dirai, and the other one is Usmaninagar versus Borlekha. Simultaneously will be played. So I'm going to start with Salamba in here. I'm going to start with Bishwanath versus Dirai. Bishwanath are the current holders.
Bishwanath is my neighbor, Upajala. So also they're the present winner as well.
Yeah.
Last year
Current
winner,
holders, yeah.
current winners, and it is almost similar. Like when I give a little bit feedback about the Jagannathpur, Bishwanath has a massive investment in their preparation. New player, they are gathering from all over the countries. Their community is behind their commitment, committee's involvement. So these are all the positive things, and they have a very, very young players in their team right now, like 35 plus, and they got a current winner. So I think in this picture, Bishwanath is the favorite.
Thank you. Kurubai?
Bishwanath Dirai.
So that Dirai also have smart prizes.
That's right. Because Dirai is been recently. I mean, they've been active not only in football but in other things like Noka buys and everything. So I really, I'm really thinking of Dirai, that they look so much committed and they have some people guiding them through, which is likely they're building a strong team than before. And I'm going to go for Dirai.
Oh, that's a nice one. Bishwanath versus Dirai. So look by for Dirai, that's a good one. Farooq?
Bishwanath is a very clear winner in this one because, as Salambai said, and they invested a lot, not just in money ways, player ways as well. They've got really new good faces as well as the current champion, and well preparing. They're prepared actually, and I would really say to go all the way, not just in this fixture. Bishwanath will be one of the favourite in here.
Laku?
I think Dirai is obviously the underdogs, but I think Bishwanath will win this one between those two. Can I just also add, John Bhai, I had a message from our chairman, John Bhai. Obviously, audience, you all know that Jamal Bhai, he's not been so well, but alhamdulillah, he's recovering and he'll be back up and running very soon. And him being one of the founders of this tournament, the Upajala tournament, he's requested community, Upajalas, players, and sponsorship, media, everyone to come along and support us on the 29th of August. So that's a message from Jamal Bhai.
Thank you, thank you. Now the other fixture on this group is, in the first game, is Usmaninagar versus Borleka. So Usmaninagar, everybody knows that they have won it twice.
That's right.
First with jointly with Balagunj, and then the following year they won it themselves. And also the third year they went to the final and lost in the final in penalties. No doubt they're one of the clear strong favorites of this tournament since it began, and there was a time where they were aging group, but I think they have recruited some excellent players again, so that they're bound to be coming strong again with all guns blazing. So be careful, everybody, of Usmaninagar. So the Usmaninagar versus Borleka. Borleka, you all know that they've always participated in this tournament, except the first year. And they are a very, very friendly group. If there's a fair play system in Sonali Othith's tournament, I think they would be favorites to take a fair play award. But they do come in, they do enjoy the games, and they like the tournament very much. Although they are not blessed like all other Upajila or most other Upajilas with players, but they are a great bunch of players there. In regards to the fixture, I'm going to start with Suluk Bhai here again, please, in Usmaninagar versus Borleka.
On that fixture, I would go for Borleka because they're quite tough team. I know they're training really hard, and I think Borleka would go through on this one.
That's a very, very good one. Salam Bhai, Usmaninagar versus Borleka.
Well, we cannot take lightly any team. Everybody have a mentally prepared, right? And any team who doesn't have enough player, they I think mentally very stronger than other team, which is a moral and normal, right? So I hope Borleka will play very well, but Usmaninagar is favored in this fixture.
Okay, gentlemen, I'm not going to ask you anymore about the fixtures anymore of this group. What I'm going to ask you is Group B, which is Bishwanath, Didai, Usmaninagar and Borleka. I want you to just predict one team who will be on top and the second team, please.
Sorry, if you repeat the teams.
Yeah, Bishwanath, Didai, Usmaninagar, Borleka. Bishwanath top. Suluk Bhai?
On that issue, I would say Borleka.
Me?
Farooq?
Bishwanath, definite.
Lakul?
I'm going to go for Usmaninagar.
And second place?
Usmaninagar.
Bishwanath.
Usmaninagar.
Bishwanath.
Okay, that's very nice. Good combination. So as we know that the top two teams will qualify from each group for the quarterfinals. Now I'm going to move on to Group C. Group C, which consists of Nobigonj, Rajnagar, Balagonj and Biani Bazar. We all know pre-tournament every year. Biani Bazar is supposed to be a very strong team on paper. Everybody is saying Biani Bazar, likewise Jagannathpur, likewise Usmaninagar. These are the three teams which are mentioned every year. But Usmaninagar have proved their favoritism a few times and also went to the final third time. But Biani Bazar has not done the job that they were predicted to do every year.
Right.
So I'm going to start with Lakwood this year. I'm not going to go on the fixtures here. There's too many fixtures. If we talk about the fixtures, we can't finish the program. So I'm just going to talk about the groups now. In regards to this group, Group C, Nobigonj, Rajnagar, Balagonj and Biani Bazar. What do you think of Biani Bazar?
I think, like you said, Biani Bazar have not won this tournament, so they're eager to go and win it. And I think, like anybody else, their preparation has been huge, and I'm sure this year they're going to be a tough competitor. And I think you've got to give it to them, and you've got to I think they themselves, what I've seen from them in their training, they believe that they need to go and prove themselves.
Okay, can I come to Farouk on this one, please?
Sure.
In regards to Benny Bazar.
Well, it's surprising what you've just said. It is true, absolutely. We expect them to go all the way through the tournament, but unfortunately, for some reason, they can't. But this year, if they do go and win it, I won't be surprised.
Okay, nobody will be surprised, I think, if they win it. Salam bhai?
I agree with both of them, you know, what they said. You know, they have lots of energy in their team, lots of young players, you know, they are eager to win this tournament. They have been trying since first year. And since first year, I think they are the very favorite teams.
Of course.
And this year, I hope.
Okay, out of this top, these 4 teams, I think it's clear that you all think that Benny Bazar will be top of the group.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Can I come back to this point, Biani Bazar? Probably you've heard they had a tournament last Sunday.
Absolutely.
And I went there to have a look. They had a tournament, village tournament.
Village tournament.
I went there and I did watch for a bit. And the players I've seen, the amount of people there as well, there are lots of veterans, which is just 35 plus. And this is why I would say they would be one of the strongest one, and they would be one of the favorite ones.
I think the tournament has given them a boost, yeah?
It did, absolutely.
With the great tournament I heard, unfortunately I wasn't there. Viewers, we'll go for a very quick break. We'll be back very shortly. Please don't go away. Stay with us. See you soon. Welcome back to the Sonali Othith Football Night. As we were discussing Group C, we were on the subject of Biani Bazar being hot favorites every year, but they failed to materialize their favoritism. I have 2 new guests with me on this segment. On my right, I have Nanu Mia, who is from Jagannathpur, and who is the chairman of Jagannathpur.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Upajila, the football team, and then I have an executive committee member who's the treasurer of Sonali Othith UK, Salimuddin, on my left. We were discussing in the Group C, Nanu, in regards to Benny Bazar being favourite every year, but they failed to prove their favouritism. So what's your view on Benny Bazar? In their group this year is Nobi Gonj, Rajnagar, Balagonj, and Benny Bazar themselves.
It's, I don't know. You see, 2 of those teams in the group are known entities. Biani Bazar is one of them. So people do know what Biani Bazar is made of. A couple of teams or the remaining 3 teams are unknown entities. Nobody really knows what they've been doing for the last 2 years. Certainly we don't. So it's dangerous to have those kinds of teams in the group, because you don't know what the strengths and weaknesses are, because you haven't played them for a couple of years and you don't know what they've been up to. So I say it's always dangerous to have unknown entities in the group. And I think although we know that Biani Bazar is a really strong team, they do quite well. You know, I mean, I've looked at the previous performance, and they do have an upward trajectory, so which is really looking good for them. But having those unknown entities in the group might be a problem for them.
Well said. Okay, can I come to Salim? I know you're from Benny Bazar yourself. Yeah, I know you. When you were talking to me before the program, you lost hope of Benny Bazar winning the cup. What are your thoughts on this group?
Biani Bazar one of the favorite team before, as well. Everybody talking about Biani Bazar, but I think Biani Bazar will do it this time. And the second thought, I was going to go for the Bishanath. They were the favorite.
You're predicting Benny Bazar to go all the way?
All the way to final.
Runners up, you're predicting Bishanath.
Yeah, Bishanath. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Salim. I'm going to come into group. I'm going to go out of this group now. We've had a session on this before this segment as well. I'm going to come to the final group, Group D. Group D, which is Maulvi Bazar Shodor, Sirat Shodor, Gulabganj, Dakshin Shurma. Suluk bhai, এই চারি গ্রুপের মাঝে আপনার ভিউ কিতা?
Can you just repeat the groups again?
Yeah, Maulvi Bazar Shodor, Sirat Shodor, Gulabganj, Dakshin Shurma.
Between these 4 groups, I think
I hope you know that Maulvi Bazar দুইবার ফাইনালে গেছে.
Yeah,
They moved the final twice.
that's right. Yeah.
First 2 years.
So I think Maulvi Bazar is quite committed. I know some guys, and they're doing hard trainings and stuff. But I think I'll go for definitely Maulvi Bazar from this group.
Nanu?
I mean, everybody knows Maulvi Bazar has a really excellent backroom staff. We know who they are. They're very experienced and they're very determined. It's going to be a surprise if they don't make it to the finals. When I say the final, I don't mean the actual final itself. I mean, outside of the group stages. So they should go through because, they're dedicated. They've proven in the past that they're very resilient and they can win these kind of tournaments and they have the experience to do it. I mean, the backroom staff has loads and loads of experience. So I would be surprised if they don't make it past the group stages.
Okay, Farouk. Of the group.
Definitely, I agree with Nanu Murray because I see them one of the favorite as well, with their experience players as well as the staff. But one particular thing, subject to attending to the tournament, because last time I think probably Murray or somebody, some of the players couldn't turn up on the day. So that's one of the things. So if this is not the case, and if they do turn up, and if they do have a full squad, I'm sure they will do better. Murray definitely. And the other one I'll say, this year, Silat Shodar will be one of the strongest as well. So I won't write them off as well. I mean, it could be between, not between, the other two teams will go through from this group. This is what I predict.
Are you predicting Molibajar and Silat Shodar to go through?
Yep.
So what about Gulab Ganj?
Well, I don't know. I'm still.
Last year.
They are, but I don't know, for some reason I'm not really confident. So my prediction, they will not go through to
second round.
If they do, maybe quarterfinal, but not beyond that.
Do you agree, Salim, on Molibajar and Shodar?
Yes, I do go with Farouk and Nanubai as well. But I think the Gulab Ganj is going to be one of the team, because they had semi-finalists last year. Final in the last.
In the final.
Yeah, but I think Gulab Ganj is a strong team as well, So
what's your top two of this group?
Molibajar and Gulab Ganj.
Look by.
Murray is that's what I just said. Yeah. Second, I mean, are you talking about the tournament?
No.
Just this group, yeah. Second, Silat Shodar, I would say.
Molibajar.
Gulab Ganj and Molibajar, yes, definitely.
Okay, that's good. Okay, now we've gone through the groups. The fixtures will be out tomorrow on all the social media and okay, I think the studio has managed to do the fixture, as you can see on the screen. It will be coming on the Upajila groups, WhatsApp groups as well, all our media groups, social media, all the groups will have these fixtures coming up from tonight. And as you can see, it's very exciting and there's plenty of matches, 4 groups, 16 teams. Hobby Ganj were not here last year, so we had 15 teams last year, but they have come back again, and I think they're going to come back stronger. We will now talk about some individual players, if it's possible, Nanu. I think there were a few players standing out from Bishwanath last year.
They were. I mean, Bishwanath really surprised the whole tournament. The way they played. I mean, it was said that Bishwanath will not win the tournament for 10 years, and they won it in 10 days, literally, So it really did surprise a lot of people. Some of the players, I personally was impressed with, I haven't seen them before, and the way they played. I mean, they came from behind twice, once with Jagannathpur and once in the finals. With Jagannathpur, they were 1-0 down, and they managed to equalize in the dying minutes of the final semi-finals. And in the finals, obviously, we know what had happened as well. They also came back as well. So if they come back with the same team, they can beat any team in an afternoon, I think. So we should watch out for them. We should not write them off at all. I mean, we've heard that they've changed a few players around, and some of the new players have come through.
Better players.
But again, which makes them, if they do that, then they become an unknown entity again, which makes them dangerous because no one's seen those players, and no one knows how to play with them. I mean, the known players, you know who they are, you know how to play with them, you played with them before, but it's the unknown that really scares everyone.
Farouk, in regards to Bishwanath, I mean, as far as I can remember last year when they won it, although they were behind in the final, eventually they won the tournament, they won the match, the final match. The matches I've observed them, saw them playing, I saw some very quality football played by Bishwanath last. I think they were deserved champions last year.
Well,
Last tournament. Not
Last
year.
tournament, yes, last tournament. I couldn't disagree with you. It's absolutely correct. But see, the thing is, the rhythm sometimes have to work as well. We all witnessed they were losing, and what just Nanu said, like they came from behind and with Jagannathpur. The final as well, they were playing so well, and there was 1-0 down, I believe. And the last kick of the game,
Tournament.
actually,
Oh, the game, yeah. Sorry.
probably you all can remember, and that gave, that goal, wonder goal in the like, and then I think it went to penalties, wasn't it? No, and then it went to penalties. So they was losing 1-0 basically, and that wonder goal from Mo from midfield in the last kick, and then it went to penalties and they won. So I think it's something what I have experienced previously on different field as well. When you do something, trying to do something, and if you don't achieve it, then you're always hesitant, and you're really not that strong. But as soon as you win something or you achieve what you're supposed to achieve, and then the whole strength, do boost up, and all the weaknesses just go away. So I think that will give them a really big boost, because they already won that tournament. They know what it is and how it is. So that hurdle is gone. So the fear is not there anymore for them. Those people who didn't win it, they still have the fear. So this is why I would say, like Vishwanath, yes, individual players as well as the team, that hurdle is gone, and they will be very strong.
Thank you, Farooq. Suluk Bhai, in regards to Jagannathpur.
Yeah, I would say not only Jagannathpur, but overall, I mean, we have great players all over Sylhet, great players. So I'm not trying to, I'm not going to undermine any team, but in overall, I think in every team we have some great players, and because they are plus 35, a lot of players probably you or I don't know by name, but not everyone know them personally. But I've seen their plays excellent. They're running, and every individual team have their one or two player outstanding. So this is, and as you know, like Sylhet is, their favorite game is our football. Even we brought it in this country. Also, we have similar tournaments in Bangladesh as well. So we have great players everywhere, even London and in Bangladesh.
Quickly, please, name your favorite to win the tournament.
I wouldn't go near the winning or even the finals, but I could say the semi-finals. I think Jagannathpur has to be one of those teams. Biani Bazar has to be another one. Bisnath most definitely has to be in the semi-finals. And there's one other team that no one's actually mentioned. Okay, Osmani Nagor. They're 4 times finalists, and I would be surprised if they don't go to the semi-finals this year.
Thank you. Suluk Bhai? He's saying about semi-final, he doesn't want to predict the final.
Predict the final, but I would say I want to see my Jagannath to go to the final at least.
You want to see?
I want to see.
What do you think?
I think the preparation we're taking, I would blame Nanu. Right? But
I have to take all the blame.
Okay. But I mean, my prediction is like this year we must do something. We must go to at least final. If you go to final, definitely win.
I mean,
so if Jagannath would win,
Bani Bazar.
Thank you. Salim?
I just go for predicted Biani Bazar to win the tournament, because we couldn't win any tournament yet.
Have you ever been to the finals?
We've been to final, I think. Yes, I think once we've been to the final.
Do you think? No. First year was Moli Bajar, Usmani Nagar. Second year was Usmani Nagar. Third year was Satak versus Usmani Nagar.
Yeah.
The fourth was
Vishwanath and Gulabganj.
No. Gulabganj is the last one.
Yeah, last
Noviganj versus?
Oh, Noviganj. Who did they play? Hold on. I can't think of it, but anyway.
Yeah, anyway, but I think I predicted Biani Bazar to win the tournament.
What's the second favorite of the tournament?
Gulabganj.
Your neighboring Thana.
Yes.
Okay, so then thank you, Farooq.
Well, it's similar to Nanu's in the like. I wouldn't say who exactly will win it, but the favorites are Biani Bazar, Vishwanath, Jagannathpur. I still predict them. And another surprising one, I wouldn't write them off, which is Maulvi Bazar. But that's what my head says, but my heart says Chata will win it.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for your predictions. We will see on the day who is the champions of Sonali Othith UK Greater Sylhet Upazila Cup 2021 on 29th of August, which is next Sunday. I like to predict one team as well. Well, few teams rather. Basically, I would like, normally I would like Southwark to win it. They've won it once, and there wouldn't be a surprise if they win it again. Because they still have enough players, good quality of players to win this tournament. As a lot of people are saying, it's about on the day's performance. So if they click on the day, they still can win it. But I think if you were to ask me that, apart from Southwark, who's likely to win it, then I've got two teams here. I think it's going to be Bishwanath or Usmaninagar. Because Bishwanath proved it last year, and they are, since some of the trainings, are going very strong. The recruitments are too strong, the new recruitments. And Usmaninagar proved it many times. And they have regrouped again, and they're going to come with blazing with all guns this year. As normal, Benibazar and Jagannathpura strong favourites, but they have yet to prove it. Until they prove it, I will not be staying with them on their sides. Now coming to Sonali Othith. Sonali Othith has been serving the community for the last 20 years, serving the community, Bangladeshi UK community, in football, veterans football mainly. And Nano, what's your view? What's your view quickly, please? We haven't got too much time on this one.
It's a wonderful thing. I think the whole community should be appreciative of an organization like Sonali Othith delivering this kind of projects, bringing everybody together. I mean, London hasn't seen anything like this before, and I think Sonali Othith is doing a fantastic job, and we would like you to continue as you are. We don't see any improvement. I think what you're doing is relative, and just keep up the good job.
Thank you, Nano. We are coming to the end of this program, and hopefully we will be back after the tournament, another segment, another program with Sonali Othith Football Night. We won't be here next Sunday because of the tournament is next Sunday, and it finishes so late that nobody is able to come to the TV studios. So please come to the tournament next week, next Sunday, 29th of August, Mabley Green. I hope you will have a great day. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.